Hi, this is Suzanne Clegg and Shanthi. And Shanthi is here to talk about the video that you watched, the introductory masterclass in octave resonance healing. And Shanthi is actually new to all this, and her mother has cancer, and you were learning how to treat it. And I suggested that you watch this class, and I'd like to just tell me what you thought about it. Like, what did you learn? How do you think it helped you as a beginner to learn somebody who's doing energy work? Did it
Yeah,
help you?
I think it was really helpful mainly because I didn't start with my hands on my mom. Like, first, I started just in my room, like in college, trying to connect with her from there. And so, this was really helpful in learning the actual technique of the laying on of the hands and knowing where to put your hands, and then knowing like the purpose of the treatment. I think it was really interesting learning the history behind it with Bengston's technique, and then also just learning how you treat the whole person and not only where the tumor is, because I think that's where I originally went to, as where I needed to be, is automatically just going to the tumor instead of trying to treat the entire body, because it's really balancing the hot and cold areas of the body to make sure that the it's balanced there. And I know when I first started on my mom, I kind of went to those areas, and like once I felt that an area was decently like warm, then I would move to like a different area and not really focusing on the connection between my hands and that flow of energy. But after I watched the video, then I realized that that's really where you need to focus when you're learning how to move your hands from one spot to another,
Mm-hmm.
is when you feel that that connection is strong. And I think that was really helpful today, because I did it on my mom last night, and then I watched the video today. So that was helpful in facilitating how I treated her today. So
Okay. And
mhm.
then there was a grounding piece that you said you liked because
Yeah,
you didn't know like what to do with your body, right? I
yeah,
mean,
uh-huh.
where to put your hands, what to do with the rest of you.
Yeah, I in the beginning, since I started like from a different location, like I wasn't with my mom when I first started with her, I wasn't sure like where to stand, and like I was worried if I was doing it correctly or that kind of thing. But the video really helped like solidify that it's not really important like exactly how you look when you're doing it. It's more important on like focusing on healing the person, and then just creating that space for them so that they can
Mhm.
do the healing. Because it's not like, in the beginning I did think that I was the one who was doing something for my mom, but it's really just me creating that space so that she can allow for the healing in her own body.
Yeah,
So
it's like between her and her source
yeah.
or creator. You're just
Yeah,
somehow
exactly.
helping that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So does this sort of help you? Like my intention of creating the video was to help family members so they could like do something like
Mhm.
really practically useful. Like, do you feel like this
Yeah.
is like, does your mother have less pain, or
Mhm.
like talk about like how you feel empowered to take care of her? Not like, oh, is this going to cure her? But even if it doesn't work that way, it seems to be working in the here and now. It seems to be just
Mhm.
helpful right now, right?
Yeah. I think for me, I think it's very effective, just because with my mom, especially, there's a big emotional component. And I noticed that when she's able to release a lot of emotion, then she's a lot more at peace and grounded with herself. And I know that this treatment is helping a lot with that. Like, we've tried a lot of different methods, like in the past with energy medicine, and then like emotional freedom technique, like tapping and that kind of thing. And
Mhm.
those really allow her to like release a lot of emotion. But with these, like, I've noticed that she can be drained at the end of a session, but she's learning how to manage that now. But after the whole thing is over, I notice like a change in like her demeanor and how she handles things. And she now that we know that the most effective way to cycle is when you have strong emotion, that when she's feeling something strong, like any negative emotions, then she immediately just goes and grounds herself and like cycles, instead of there being like a big dispute or anything like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And when
it's
you're in the presence of her strong emotion, you can cycle or
yeah,
spin. And
uh-huh.
that gives you something useful other than just to be pummeled by
Yep.
these
Hmm.
very strong emotions that get
Yeah.
going around
Hmm.
cancer, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that the video is also just really effective because I didn't really know how to explain to like my siblings and the rest of my family like exactly what I'm doing for my mom, but that was really helpful in giving me like the words to tell them basically how to do it. So
All right.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for that endorsement. And
Yeah.
yeah, and we'll be seeing you. Okay. Take
Okay.
care. Bye-bye.
Yep,
Thanks.
bye. Uh-huh.
Bye.